Is that on your diet? So we are doing all this crazy stuff, filmed like 20 videos already, and then I just remembered that I haven't took you guys along for the trip. So we're filming the most epically amazing concept in the history of the world. It's called a thank you page webinar. I think it's a new invention that should change marketing as we know it. The bat signal's alive! Basically, here is our value ladder. The bottom value ladder is all of our books, and then on the thank you page of the value ladder, we upsell them to the next level of the value ladder. So we're making our new thing called thank you page webinars, so they end and like, thank you so much for buying the book, and go straight into webinar right then on the page. So I'm filming the first one right now. We've never done this before, and I hope it actually works. What should I? So I'm going to be selling something on the webinar too, or showing people how to sell something. Should I sell like the Batman light, the Bat Russell? What would be like the coolest, like the funniest, quirkiest thing to sell? The sledgehammer, the foam roller, the Batman helmet, the Marvel book. Yeah, we'll figure out something. It'll be awesome.
So the story here is, when Russell was cutting weight, what they would actually end up doing was they would watch the Food Channel as far as all the things that they were going to eat later. So the idea here is...
Today put a cookie in my health food and I started crying, and I asked Melanie if she would eat it and just tell me about it.
And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not eating sweets right now.
Only 2 weeks!
2 weeks, he's officially retiring as an employee forever.
And there's only 3 days in the work week next week.
So it was like 6 days?
Yeah.
9 days?
Yeah.
So my question for him before we started filming was, how are you feeling about the end of an era and the beginning of a new era?
Good. I go through little stress out moments, but those honestly happened about a month ago.
Now you're just excited, admit it.
Now I'm pumped. I'm excited about it. There's steam, but
Hey, I have a question. You want to have a bobblehead Russell at your desk just so you can be like, what would Russell do?
that would be awesome.
Because I've got 2 now. Do you want bobblehead Batman or bobblehead?
I couldn't take it.
Yeah, that's so creepy.
Yeah, oh man, that'd be so funny.
So that's kind of a cool idea. So people are listening, you get a calendar like this or like the cheaper ones on Amazon, which are like $8 like that.
Yeah.
And then build out your value ladder that way.
Yeah.
So you're like, if you're like, hold on, let me hobble. Leg day.
Leg day, 2 days ago.
So we do front end value or webinar launches here.
Yeah.
Then here we're doing a front end thing here, and then here we're doing the back end thing. So you product launch out your value ladder throughout the year, and use the year to build out your value ladder.
That's totally what I've been doing, and then a backwards plan with it, and be like, okay, then what's the publishing aspect? What's this? And then, wait, WWRD. Well, Russell.
I had a vision from when I first got started in this business, sitting in bed at 3 in the morning, listening to it was a CD, I burned it to a CD, listening to a CD with Mike Chen pitching something, and it was so... Okay, so...
You're talking like 15 years ago, and you remember the sitting the night?
Yeah, my wife and I just got married. It was the night, because I remember the next... Because Mark Joyner was doing his whole farewell launch, right? So we launched this thing, it was $1,000, which I didn't have, I couldn't afford, but everybody was lusting after it. And then Mike Chen, who was the top affiliate, aka one of his friends, put out a course for like $37, where it was an audio that you need to listen to like prepare you to whatever, right? To buy the course. It was like a thing he sold to get you to buy his, anyway, so I think it was like 6 hours of interviews with him and Mark talking about all sorts of stuff, and then it sold the package. But I listened to the whole thing, and I still remember the very beginning of it, he said, look, if you want to be successful in this business, you have to have at least $1,000 to invest, or you're screwed, you can't do it, whatever, right? And so I'm listening to, and so I go to listen to the whole thing, and the whole mind I'm like, I have $1,000. I'm like, how do I get $1,000? And finally, by the time I got it, I justified, like, hey, I need $1,000 to be successful. And then, of course, the course was $1,000. And then I woke up, anyway, that morning I woke up, collect, I need $1,000 to be successful, and Anyway, she's like, I think we have $1,000 credit card. I'm like, can I use it? She's like, yes. And then the rest is history, right?
Wow.
But, so just thinking, like, in the normal funnel, right? When we talk about this, it's always like, oh, it's a free book. I'll get this for everything's free. Till you get to here, then you want to shift the whole thing.
Yeah.
So when they keep page webinar, I want to basically like, look, I'm going to show you how to launch your next expert business in the next 30 days for under $2,000.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
like, understand, it's going to cost, like, this is a business. It's going to be that you got to spend at least $2,000 if you're going to be, like, $2,000 is about what you need to be successful, to get your stuff set up and everything running. And like, if you have $2,000, that's all you need. Then I do one thing, 3 secrets, and I come back and the thing I'm actually selling is $2,000, which gives them ClickFunnels, funnels, also they need to actually be successful. But now I spent the whole, like, for the whole, like, price marinated, the whole thing for
Total
almost an
pre-framing.
hour. The fact they need $2,000, and by the time they're like, yeah, I need $2,000 to be successful. So you never hide the price here. You put it out in front as like, you have to understand, this is how much you need to be successful.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You combine the pitch with that. That's a great intro, especially from that whole thing. Look, it's free. It's free. It's free. Boom. Not free. Like, this is an
Like this
investment in
is
you.
an investment you got to make.
Investment in you.
That's the investment on the link page.
Can you
Thank
find
you,
the
Mike
audio?
Chen. So, Mr. James Frills here, and
What's up, you guys?
we've been working on the brand new, what's it even called?
The whole agency.
The agency, the funnel building Trello system. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And step 2 in the Trello system, after having a big idea, is to literally light the bat signal up, have everyone run into a meeting, and then we talk about the whole idea. And so he was planning building Trello cards the other day in his new house that's like a block from here. And all of a sudden, apparently, he said, wait a minute, if we're gonna do a bat signal, we need...
We need a real bat signal. You can't do a bat signal meeting without having a bat signal.
He bought a bat signal.
That's why I got a bat signal.
That's not what, it's not working yet. We have a little hand pen one, which I'm gonna turn the light off. So this is like if I'm in a bind and the battery dies in the other one, I can be like, yes. The bat signal's alive.
So awesome. Isn't that amazing?
We're officially about to start our first ever Batman project manager meeting. Or the bat. We're sending out the bat signal for him to come to the bat cave so we can have the bat. What's the name of the meeting? Bat meeting. Okay, you guys want to see how this works?
That's
So
batty.
first off, we have the soundtrack happening. Okay, we got our mark.
And you have to
Shows
hold it up.
this. So this is the bat signal. So I send this out. This is gonna go to all of our entire marketing agency internal.
Yeah.
So get your phone.
They get the bat signal just popped out. Boom.
Oh,
He goes, everyone's getting the bat signal. Drop what you're doing, something's in trouble.
Here it is.
what just happened?
Oh my Atlanta!
Oh, hold on. Where's the? Oh, wait, hold on. It's right there too. Hold on. This one's not as bright, but it's big.
Whoa, that is huge.
Okay. Should I click record now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Jimmy's here.
What's going on over here?
Is that on your diet? We snuck in here and they have a cookie making station with cookies and frosting and sprinkles. And poor Dave's been eating.
I've had no sugar for weeks.
So like that might not be a big deal. He was like, well, he had a cookie. Who cares? Dave's obsessed with cookies. It's usually like a dozen cookies a day, and he hasn't had them for weeks because he's been trying to be so good. And now he's got this super sprinkly one. That looks so good. I'm not gonna partake again.
Liar.
Wait, yes I am. This is number 2. Just add my sprinkles.
What's the announcement, Miles?
I'm having a baby.
What? That explains the baby bump. Oh, Miles, congratulations.
What's that?
We didn't get the freshman.
What's that weight called? Sympathy weight.
Sympathy weight.
I'm eating for 3. My wife, me, and a child. Yeah, we're having a baby.
Congrats, bud. Woo! John's got a new toy.
I rode it all the way to work today.
Santa did come.
What?
Did your house in
I
it?
totally did.
We're
Like,
people
my
looking at
wife drives off in her car. I'm like,
Have you guys
She's like laughing.
Have you guys all seen Wall-E? So the people get fatter and fatter and fatter. This is stage 1 where it becomes
Very important to us.
Hey, drink the punch. Here, take the cup. Hey, take the cup.
mature, and then that's how it all ends. So Wall-E's his future. got some good news and some bad news. Where should I start? Oh, how about the good news? The good news. You guys remember Waffle Me Up? Last week at the partner planning meeting we went to it, we had those huge waffles with bacon and avocado. And like the strawberries and Nutella and like most amazing thing on earth. The good news is they are right now in our parking lot in the waffle truck feeding our entire team. That's the good news. And the bad news, I started the Big and Rip transformation last week, and so I'm not allowed to have waffles. So instead of eating the greatest waffles known to man, guess what I'm eating? I'm eating crusted cod. Like that looks really good and healthy, unless you put it next to a freaking waffle! Hi! You just go to a little gym? Do you have fun? Yeah. You have a waffle?
Yeah, look at the waffle.
No?